So good day everyone, I'm Diana Covera de Alca, third year Values Education major. I'm gonna discuss about the ecoliteracy, about environmental conservation presentation, and this is my video report for this topic. So hope you like it. So now we're gonna discuss first about the ecosystem. So what is ecosystem? So it says that an ecosystem is a community of living organism in a particular area. So the term eco daw po, it is refers to a part of the world, and the system refers to the coordinating unit. So an ecosystem also is a community of organisms and other physical environment you interacting together. So also, the ecological system or the ecosystem is a biological community consisting of all the living organisms, and also it is including human in a particular area, and then non-living components such as air, water, and mineral soils with which the organism interact. So ecosystems do not always have clear-cut boundaries. Now, let's go on to ecological literacy. So, ecological literacy daw po, it refers to an individual's understanding not only of ecological concepts but also of his or her place in the ecosystem. And also, you can see the picture of David or here because the term ecological literacy po was first introduced by David Orr in 1988 in his essay Ecological Literacy. And as you can see, or argue that the ecological literate person understands the dynamics of the environmental crisis, which includes an understanding of how people have become so destructive. We all know na tao rin po at tayo rin po mga tao ang gumagawa ng kasiraan para masira ang ating ecosystem. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about ecoliteracy in the school. So magmumula sa paaralan, aaralin nila kung ano nga ba yung kaalaman nila at yung mga bagay na alam at hindi nila dapat gawin sa ecosystem natin. So sa pamagitan nun, makukuha natin yung behavior niya, yung attitude niya when it comes to behavioral intention in our ecosystem. As you can read here, it says that Dr. Tom characterized an ecological literate person of the 21st century as the responsible lifelong learner who strives to improve the human condition and the environment within the context of self-human groups, the biosphere. Also, for me, an eco-literate person needs to have good knowledge about environmental values and positive attitudes when it comes to environment or our ecosystem. Because we all know that being a literate or being a eco-literate person really helps us, really helps the world to improve and to sustain the goodness of the ecosystem when it comes to us people and the environment. We have here the 6 ultimate goal of being an eco-literate person. So the first one is the inquirer. An inquirer who actively secures the basic skills and knowledge in order to carry out the ecological responsibilities. This also enables her to reach her own potential and place in the physical and natural environment. So in my own understanding po about an inquirer, so it is a person who asks for information about something or someone. So when it comes to ecological literacy po, you really need to ask someone or a person who is literate or eco-literate person, or even if a normal person about our ecosystem. In that case, we're gonna know the negative and the positive outcomes or the impacts of the ecosystem or what happens in our ecosystem when we ask information about something into someone. The next one is a reflective learner. So a reflective learner who understands the value and limitation of human knowledge, the power and limitation of the natural world, the role of intuition in real-life pursuits, and the role of self as it is manifested in someone's or one's personal narrative. Because for me, when you're a ecologically literate person, you need to be a reflective learner. So when we say reflective learner, it is a learner who looks back at something like a past experience or idea and critically analyzing the event po. So the third one is the intelligently self-directed. So it says that who engages in self-appraisal, sets new learning objectives, develops plans to achieve those objectives, and carries out those plans in a flexible, inquiry-directed manner. And also it reflects on the whole process po. The fourth one is the morally responsible. So it is who governs action with percepts responsibility, seeking justice and equality for all, that maintain harmonious relationships. So when you're a ecoliterate person, so you need to be morally responsible. Like for example, you are helping neighbors to confess about crime when it comes to our community or environment, or performing good deeds. You do good things in the environment, so it will satisfy our needs in the ecosystem. And also, I believe that the ecologically literate person really needs to be, or really needs to have a morally responsible action, because morally responsible action really or it is performing good deeds. Like for example, in helping plant trees in our environment, so it helps our ecosystem to be sustainable. That will help us all in the ecosystem. The fifth in the list is the ecologically responsible, who embodies ecological ideals in daily life. So being an ecologically literate person, so you have the duty to protect and maintain the environment sustainable. And the last one is the sixth self-transcendence. So it says that who moves beyond the limitation of personal ego by identifying with human groups, past and future, flora and fauna ecosphere that transcends the individual life in scope and time. So the example here is the reflecting on the nature of existence or the meaning of life. So ecoliteracy is a form of transformative education that requires shifts in three related areas. So the three related areas here is the perception, the seeing, action, the doing, and the conception, the knowing.